Are you the one who tells everyone what you're manifesting? Watch this video carefully if you want to tell everyone about your goals and what you'll have in the future. This video will help you understand why you should only share your goals and manifestations with people who share your values. I want to tell people who believe in the power of manifestation what I think. This is my own opinion, and I completely understand if you don't agree. I don't say what I want or what I'm trying to bring about. I don't like telling people what I want to do in the next few months. When it comes to manifesting things happen, I don't care about other people. I'll tell you why. In the past, I would tell people that I would do this, or that in the near future. I will show you how to use situations where people tell you the opposite of what you want to hear to help you get what you want. And they would sometimes, some of my friends and even some of my family members would say, "You can't do it earlier." I felt like I couldn't go beyond that idea because of what they thought. And getting to my goal would take a long time or a lot of reality. It hurts when someone in charge tells you this, but as time went on, I learned about conscious manifestation. Also, as I learned many spiritual lessons and focused on myself, I came up with a very simple idea that will help you all break through your limits. Telling someone about your goals for the day is like doing two things at once that don't go together. First of all, you are not living in the end result of having your desire because you are constantly identifying with the idea that it is not yet true and will happen soon. The future and the past do not exist. Only the present moment does. The moment you are talking about in the future as a psychological one does not exist. And when it happens, it will be a present moment. Just like the moment you were talking about in his past was a present moment, because only the present moment exists. So, if you are ready to tell someone that you will do something, you are not living in a state of wanting it to happen, but rather in a state of waiting for it to happen. This was the first feeling I didn't want to tell people about what I was about to manifest happen. The second contradictory thought that came to mind was that our outer world is a reflection of our inner world. That is, what you see and feel in the real reality is just a reflection of how you feel inside. That is, the people you interact with only know who you are and what you think about things on the inside. Change in the outside world can only come from your inner resolve. But when you tell other people about your goals, they just echo your doubts and worries. They just tell you what you already think about yourself. They will only answer based on what you assume about them. So when I get what I want, it doesn't matter what other people think, because they will just tell me what I can't do. When I didn't know this one simple fact, I used to feel hopeless, and like nothing I did would change a difference. But when I changed myself on the inside, I was told by the same people, "We know you can do it." It's like standing in front of a mirror and waving your hand in front of it to see the same thing you did. It doesn't make sense to expect something different from someone if you haven't changed yourself. People are just messengers who tell you who you are, help you see yourself in a new light, and confirm the change. Now you know why people tell you different things when you tell them what your goals are. You don't have to tell anyone because they will pick up on the changes you make inside. Some of you are very sensitive, and if you hear that you can't do it, it might make you feel bad. In that case, I have to tell you that I don't see it as something negative. Instead, I see it as something constructive, positive, and fun. Let's say you're trying to make a connection with someone you want to marry, and they tell you they don't want a commitment because they've been hurt in the past. If your goal is to show how different you are instead of how loyal you are, it may not work for some results to focus all of your energy on showing how different you are. In this situation, you need to look at your internal beliefs about cheating and your ideas about what will happen if you cheat from a third-person point of perspective. Do you think it's hard for the person who lied to be loved? Do you think someone who has been cheated on will never be able to love again? What do you think this subject is about? Many of you are probably thinking, "Well, I haven't looked at it this perspective before." Congratulations. What's missing right now? When you want to bring something specific into your life, like a person, you must make new assumptions about three things. The most important thing is what you think about yourself. The second thing to think about is how you see the other person. The third thing to think about is how you see the situation. You already know you have strong feelings about the person who cheated on you, and you thought they wouldn't be willing to make a commitment. You can now change it to say that it is safe to fall in love. Again, this is a pretty simple and clear situation. Everyone has a set of assumptions they need to get over. It's an exciting time. Every day, we come up with and change our ideas. So the days feel different, the things feel different, and so do our experiences. So if someone says something to you, take it as a positive thing, because they are telling you what you need to change about yourself. When you really want to do something, changes can change quickly. I heard of a success story where a girl was looking for a commitment from a man who had been divorced before, but he wasn't giving her what she wanted by telling her that he was divorced. He was pointing out that lady's assumption, at which point the lady had a aha moment and looked at what she thought about divorced people. In doing so, she changed what she thought about a divorced assumption. Then he gave her a promise, and she used how he made her feel to change what was wrong with her. In a similar way, if you see something that goes against what you are trying to create, use it as feedback instead of manifesting upset. When you see them as feedback and realize you agree with them, it's much easier to change your mind. So, hopefully you now know what you need to do inside. You'll get what you want because you already are what you want to be. Now you have the chance to be different. It all comes down to what you like best. Your desired reality is right around the corner. You just have to choose it and live up to the new idea of who you are. Today, I was listening to a song, and the words made me think about something. Seriously, every creative person has something inside them that comes out in their work. And if you figure it out, you'll have that aha moment. If you are trying to bring something into your life, this video will help you for sure. As a result, the song was about a man who was having affairs with several women at the same time. But the musician said that he can't commit to more than one woman at a time. He looks like he's tied down twice, so he won't be able to swim. I felt something when I read these phrases, and then I realized they made me think of an idea by Neville Goddard. The idea is that there are two men, one old and one young. Have you ever heard of it before? If so, please say so in the comments. Let me give you some more situation. Neville says that we must die to our old selves and become our new selves before we can see any changes in our physical world. In other words, if you want to change who you are, you have to change your inner world. Matthew 6:24 says that no one can serve two different people. Either you'll hate one and love the other, or you'll stick with one and hate the other. Let's now figure out what it means and look at it from the point of perspective of manifestation. To manifest, we can't serve two masters at the same time. This means that we can't think of ourselves in two different ways at the same time. Since we can't assume we have what we want, we can't say we do or don't have it. I despise you. I love you like a silly song that makes things harder than they need to be. You can't love someone and hate them at the same time. In the same way, you can't have two different ideas about yourself at the same time, because that makes a thick fog. To manifest, you have to let go of your old ideas about yourself and embrace new ones. Two boats can't go in different directions at the same time. You can't go back and forth at the same time. When you try to do it, you only make yourself more confused. So, you can't be in two states that are at odds with each other at the same time. At the same time, you must move to a new way of being and a new way of being aware that you want. This means leaving the old you behind and becoming the new you who has everything you want. You can't bring the old man with you all day because you are in different states of being, and your most dominant state of being determines what you bring into your reality. When someone says they aren't sure if what they want will come true or not, I just ask them, where does the doubt come from? They say that the opposite is true in the real reality. That's why there's more and more doubt. I asked one more time, from where does it come? I didn't ask you what made you doubtful. I know you're getting more and more skeptical because you're seeing a reality that goes against everything your senses tell you. But how does it get there? When I look at myself, I can see that it comes from me. So I asked who could get to their inner self, and they said I could. I told them, that's great, you found the cause of your